Okay, so now let's take a look at rounding. So just as a quick review, if I were going to round 318 to the nearest 10, remember what we would do? We would underline the place value being rounded to. We would draw a circle around the place that will make the change for us. And then I draw that nifty little arrow from here to here. And look, what does 8 tell 1 to do? Goes up to 2. I would bring my 3, that becomes 3, and then starting with that circle, everything becomes 0. So the answer here would be 320. Now, rounding to the nearest 1,000 is very similar. There is a big difference, though. It does have to do with the zeros. We're going to handle them a little bit differently when we're talking about rounding with decimals. First of all, if you're rounding to the nearest 1,000, so I'm rounding to the nearest 1,000, that means I have to have the thousands place. So I come in here, I'm going to round to the nearest 1,000. So the first thing I want to do is I want to underline the 4, because that's what's in the thousands place. Then what I want to do is I want to circle the 5, because the 5 is going to tell me what to do. So I draw my little arrow. Okay, what does 5 tell 4 to do? Well, 5 tells 4 to round up to a 5. And then we go 8, 7, they're all going to stay the same. 14 stays the same. Now, here's where we drop things off. When I round to the nearest 1,000, that's where I'm going to stop. So I stop at the thousandths place. I don't want to go any further than that. So looking down here, what does that mean? I stop there, 14.785. Everything from here on out, I am not going to do anything with. I just cross them off. I'm not doing anything. So let's take a look at another one. So let's start by going to the thousandths place. So here's our tenths, our hundredths, our thousandths. That's the 5. So then what do I do next? I circle the, tell your partner. Yes, that's right. I circle the 6. And then I draw my little arrow. What does 6 tell 5 to do? Well, 6 tells 5 to round up. So it's going to become a 6. And again, I'm going to keep these zeros. They're not insignificant. They're keeping place. And there's a 1. But then starting with the 10,000ths place, I'm just going to put an X through them. I'm not using them. So it's 1.006. Remember, what am I going to do? I'm going to stop at the thousands place. That's what I want to do. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, so 1.12345. So I need to go tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Here's my 3. Then I need to circle my 4. Well, what does 4 tell 3 to do? Well, 4 says stay the same. So it's going to stay a 3. Then I'm going to keep my 2, keep my 1, keep my 0, and then X out the 4 and the 5. I don't want anything beyond that. Now let's remember something called rolling nines. And before I get to rolling nines, I'm going to stop there.